I said smile more when you serve me, sweetheart. The words hit like a slap as Samantha's back thudded against the cold tiled wall. Her crisp white uniform wrinkled under the weight of his hand, gripping her collar, knuckles tight, breath hot and reeking of whiskey. Her manager, Keller, towered over her with a smirk that dripped entitlement. She didn't scream. She couldn't. Her throat tightened with fear. She had only spoken up earlier when he brushed his hand against her back near the kitchen. She'd had enough of his accidental touches, but this was retaliation. A punishment behind a locked bathroom door where no one would hear her. Her voice cracked as she gasped, trying to push him away. "Let go of me." But Keller leaned in closer, face inches from hers, his tone dripping with mockery. "You flirt with customers all day, but I try to help, and now I'm the creep. You're not special, Sam. Just another pretty little thing that thinks rules don't apply." But what Keller didn't know, what would cost him everything, was that Samantha Hayes was not alone. 10 feet away, outside that bathroom door, a man had just stepped into the building. A man wearing the desert sand uniform of a Navy SEAL. A man with a chest full of ribbons, eyes trained for war, and hands that knew how to end things fast. Lieutenant Jack Hayes was back from deployment early. He hadn't told Sam he was coming, just wanted to surprise her on shift, like he always did. He smiled when he asked the hostess where she was. Sam said to meet her here. The hostess, distracted, said, "She just went to the back. Maybe to the restroom. I think Keller followed her in." Jack's smile didn't fade, but his heart dropped. His boots moved before his mind did. Inside, Keller was still talking. Still too close. Still too confident. "No one's coming to save you," he whispered, and then the door creaked open behind him. It wasn't loud, just slow, deliberate, enough to make both of them freeze. The air shifted. Jack's voice cut through the tension like a blade, quiet but thunderous. "She's my wife?" Keller spun around and immediately took a step back, the blood draining from his face. Jack stepped into the light, the SEAL trident catching a glint from the bathroom mirror, eyes locked like a sniper's. There was no shouting, no dramatic punch, just the kind of stillness that precedes a storm. Keller raised his hands, stammering. I didn't know." "You didn't ask," Jack replied coldly, pressing one hand against Keller's chest, not with aggression, but with dominance. It was a warning, not an attack. Samantha moved quickly, slipping out from behind her boss and into Jack's side. His arm wrapped around her without hesitation. She trembled, and he held her tighter. Jack didn't look away from Keller. "You're going to walk out of here, pack your things, and disappear from this restaurant before your name ends up in a federal report. You touch her again, you won't like what happens next." Keller muttered something about calling HR. Jack didn't flinch. "Please do. I'd love to explain to them what I walked in on. I'm sure the cameras caught it too." There was no arguing, no salvaging. Keller left within the hour. But the real story started after that moment. For weeks, Samantha had kept her head down at work, never telling anyone she was married to a SEAL. She didn't want special treatment. She wanted to earn her tips, learn the job, make her own path. But the world had a cruel way of testing quiet strength. And what happened in that bathroom didn't just violate her space, it threatened to take her power. But Jack's presence didn't erase her pain. It reminded her of something deeper. Silence wasn't safety. That night, she cried in Jack's arms on the living room floor, her sobs muffled in his shirt. "I didn't want to ruin your homecoming," she whispered, ashamed of her fear. But Jack looked her in the eyes, steady and unwavering. "You didn't ruin anything. You did what you always do. You stood tall until someone could stand with you. That's not weakness. That's courage." The next morning, she filed a formal complaint, not just with HR, but with the labor board. And then she went public. Anonymously at first, but her story gained traction fast. Waitresses, baristas, cashiers, all chimed in with their own stories of being cornered, silenced, or brushed off. Samantha became the voice for the invisible. She turned her pain into a platform. Jack never spoke for her, but he never left her side. He showed up to every meeting, sat in the corner during interviews, quiet, strong, present. In time, Samantha didn't just get justice, she got heard. Her story sparked company-wide policy changes, mandatory training, hidden cameras installed in all staff hallways, and the online forum she started. It exploded overnight with thousands of women finding space to be believed, to be brave, and to begin healing. Because this wasn't just about one manager and one bathroom. It was about a culture that needed to change. And it changed because one woman refused to be quiet. And one man didn't wait to be asked to stand behind her. Real protection doesn't come from force. It comes from presence, respect, partnership. And when the wrong man thought she was alone, the right man proved otherwise. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment where are you watching from. If this story moved you, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment and subscribe for more powerful stories like this one. You never know. The next one might just change your life.